Alright then, Dave.
Quick walk round there.
Yeah,
what we've got.
Second auction.
Triumph GT6, 1975 or 6, I think. Maybe even 74. Dead straight thing. Bit of bubbly rust across the front there, but go-to thing. You don't need to see under here.
Mystery.
Hey?
Mystery.
Land Rover Defender Heritage, brand new.
Lovely.
Not much to see. Another Land Rover, 300 TDI with an auto gearbox. Another Land Rover. That's a 2.4 TDCi transit engine one. Another Wolf. This is the last Wolf we've got. Last one made about 11.5 or 12 grand or something. But this is, once this is it, that's it with no more. Range Rover Classic. Ex-fire engine. Bit of interesting history about that.
Really?
Yeah, no, it's a dead straight level thing.
Yeah, lovely. I like that thing.
Triumph
It's nice.
Stag. Manual overdrive. Modern Toyota colour. We sold a rotter, didn't we? A restoration project in the last sale for 5, 6 plus buyer's premium.
Yeah.
So this one's got to be 10 grand on it. But whatever. It's not mint, but it's an older restoration. Still runs and drives well.
Yeah, I quite like it.
Volvo. 480 ES. So there's a P1800 ES, Sam, that they made in the 60s and 70s. This is the sort of 80s, 90s version.
Ah, I see, okay.
Dead level thing, I think it's only done 30,000 miles. Again, it'll probably make 3 or 4 grand. It's a
bargain for the car
modern classic. That's
yeah.
the definition of it, I think. GT3 911, 997.2. The one to have, holy grail, one of only 40. Plus it's had 30 or 40 grand spent on it to turn it into the ultimate track day weapon. We've done a rev range check. That's the first question people ask about it. Jasmine came and did it last week and it came back clear. There's pictures of it on the internet. I think white is the best colour for them.
I agree.
Another Porsche Cayman 2.9 non-S, but the later sort of Gen 2 Cayman.
Yeah.
So it's got the better dash in it. It's got the better sat nav, slightly different front and back headlights, a bit like a 911 Gen 2, a bit like that, but just a 2.9 6-speed gearbox as well. The previous generation just had a 5. Possibly the best Boxster I've ever seen in terms of condition. 50,000 miles. Really, you don't see many Guards Red Boxsters. They're usually this kind of colour or grey or black. But I think the Guards Red really suits it. Absolutely, even the hood's perfect. I think we've guided it about 7 to 8 grand, which I think's miles out. I think it's going to make 10 grand.
It's a bargain at 7 to 8, isn't it?
Well,
really?
you'll not find you will not find a nicer Boxster than that.
No.
In Guards Red. MGA over there, we've done loads of coverage on that as well. It's perfect, really. Right for a right-hand drive thing. Conversion.
That is just a really, really classy car.
Yeah, classy, good word. See, I'm a Jowett Jupiter man, and these were competition for Jowett Jupiter.
Right.
And I get it, really, but I'd have to stick with Jowett, wouldn't I? Reliant Scimitar, no reserve, bit of a needs a bit of getting at, but I've driven this round the yard, it's all right. Really nice Essex V6 Ford engine in these. SL Merc, the Chrysler Fleetwood.
Yes, that was meant to be in the last auction, but
yeah, well, we couldn't get it.
Couldn't get it going, so now it's in this one.
Yeah, so we got it running in time for last auction, but Martin Buckley of Classic and Sports Car wanted to come and do an article on it, so we thought we'll hold it back, let him do the article, which he's done. He's driven it, and I think it'll be in. It's not in the one. I think April's thing is going to be in May. So whoever buys this car, came out of Historics 18 months ago. Man paid 30 odd grand for it. It's in this auction to sell, so it's unreserved.
Yeah.
I think it's going to make 20, maybe 25. What a lot of car for the money.
Definitely a lot of car.
Rover 100, exactly the same as the one we sold in the last sale. Apart, this one's not quite as nice, but again, runs like a sewing machine. I've started this up and driven it. Guy's just been and looked at it, started first time.
He was pretty impressed when he had a look around as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, Triumph Herald, full of charm this thing. Yeah. Again, mechanically, pretty good. Starts and runs really well. Chassis pretty solid underneath. Bodywork's not so good. Been brush painted. But I think it's got it's just charm. It's got
I know, I
character
agree.
for it. Once leaving this car.
Don't know what it is about that car. I think about the beach when I look at it. You know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's probably the little cream accents on it, but it just wants someone to buy it and enjoy it as is. Don't restore it or do anything. 350Z, too fast, too furious.
Getting good at this.
Yeah, Japanese job in it.
Yeah.
Again, just a nice car. Really lovely V6 engine in these. I borrowed one about 10 years ago.
Looks great in red. Love it.
Off my mate Smallbone when I was carless, and it was like a leery yellow colour, so I think red suits this. Hyundai Coupe, not really, probably not a classic yet, but only done 15,000 miles from new. One lady owner, we think there's been a bit of a V5 change into her son, looking at the paperwork. It's come from down south somewhere, just out of London. That's why it's got a couple of scuffs, I think.
Yeah, Ben's had a bit of a mint-up job
Ben's
on it.
give it a good polish up, and it's just a dead. It's still a good-looking car. Drives perfect. Inside's mint. There's not a lot you can fault this car on. Really.
It's almost got a bit of a new smell to it, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, it's got a Japanese cloth seat smell to it. My nose. Lexus LS430.
Would you describe this as the other day? The
Japanese Rolls Royce.
Japanese Rolls Royce. That was it.
It's probably better than a Rolls Royce because you know this will get you home. Rolls Royce might not.
No, I can understand.
As I've found out a couple of times. But Lexus, yeah, no, again, this is done 100,000 miles, just gold. What colour would you order a Lexus in? Gold. It's got to be, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Unreserved, it'll make maybe 2 or 3 grand. A lot of car for money. Austin Princess, I don't get them, but some people do. No. Automatic HLS 2.
I'll tell you one thing though, Dave, you'll never sit in a car as comfortable as that thing. Have you actually had a sit in that?
Yeah, I've driven it.
The couch is like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, but a part of British motoring history in it, it's there. A Wolseley, I called it a Hornet in my video, it's not, it's 12.6 yours, 2 numbers. Again, I don't really, it's something automatic, a bit like a Hillman Minx type vehicle. Unreserved. This Rolls Royce, we're just pressure testing this. It has a water leak somewhere, so we just want to try and find out where the water leak's coming from. But I've never seen a nicer one of these, a Silver Spirit. Absolutely perfect it is. 49,000 miles.
Double
oyster that. Oyster something over oyster. 2 shades of oyster in Rolls Royces, but wants a good polish again. It's been, but again, arches are perfect. It's just a really nice car. Modern thing, Porsche Panamera. I've done a few miles in this. Is what it is. Typical Porsche.
This is back in as well, isn't it?
Yeah, this F-150 pickup. Again, nice thing.
It's actually got its original plates. We found them. The owner who's brought it in has dropped off the original plates as well. I think it was California.
The American one, yeah. Just a bit of fun, aren't they, these? 6-cylinder, straight. Not oodles of power, just a bit of fun. And then the last thing we've got over here, with another 997 GT3, but that's to come in the future. Only 40 of them, we've got 2 here.
This Rolls Royce is in, is it?
This Rolls Royce, yeah. This is the last thing. Yeah, it's more a bronzy gold.
Yeah.
This probably make 3, 4, 5 grand. What a lot of car for the money.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm not too sure on the colour myself, but I guess
I think the colour suits the Lexus better than a Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
Oyster over oyster suits it, doesn't it?
Definitely.
But I'm not so sure golden brown. But it might have done in 1981, I think it is. Yeah.
We've also got this, which is...
in workshop, Arnage R. No, it's not an R. I keep calling it an R. It's a Bentley Arnage red label. Took it for MOT. Broken spring. So Dave's literally just put a proper one back on it. What else did it fail on, Dave?
Brake light bulb.
Brake light bulb, we've done that. Oh, and back tyre here is like a bit, his MOT man said it's as bold as me. So we're going to chuck a budget tyre on back of there, so she'll have 12 months MOT in the sale again, 10 or 12 grand. Now that is a lot of car for money.
That's the colour you should have a Bentley in my opinion.
I don't know, I had an Arnage T in black. It was a bit later than that, it was 2007. Arnage T's twin turbo as well. But each to their own, isn't it?
Each to their own. We forgot about this thing, didn't we, Dave?
Yeah, Dragonfly, yeah. Well, again, it's 1964, loads of history. The guy came in with all sorts of pictures of him and his family tootling about since the 60s. Just a nice old thing, isn't it?
Be good crack, wasn't it? Just floating around and in the sun maybe.
You'd
In
have a
summer.
bit of fun in this actually, on a canal or on Windermere, until it started fucking sinking. There's its outboard,
Yeah.
little Honda outboard, is what it is.